Hello, yeah. Hello, hello, YouTube. But too close. This is going to be a video on two things, mainly, primarily, unless I could think of something else, but mostly. And first of all, I would just like to say, yes, I am the Democrats, including, though I'm not sure about him, I'm not very much about him. No, like you can probably have said he said something. I don't know. But the point is, I like Bernie Sanders, but maybe him. Certainly, some of the other ones are doing dumb shit again. Yes, I know that they always do. But this is going to be a video on two things: Woodstock and Tulsi Gabbard. And first of all, I want to start with Woodstock. I want to take a break from my continual ranting about warfare, general mutilation, the prison population, homeless people, the lost hope of humanity, the lost hope that I have in humanity, and blah blah blah, and talk to you instead about something called Woodstock. Now, you may be wondering, why is my drunk ass on here talking about something that happened 50 years ago, rather? And no, I regret to inform you, I have not invented a time machine. And yes, this is my attempt at comedy. I really do suck. Anyways, the point is, the reason I speak of this is that was 50 years ago today, and what I would like to say is I think we need a new Woodstock, pretty much. Okay, like let's just put it that way, brother. I want to have a new Woodstock. um, and I would like a kind of a gathering, a uniting of various different left wing factions, and not only left wing. If you're on the right and you're not insane, maybe a few of you, but like certain people on the left that are really like they understand, they're sincere, they're not bought and paid for by corporations, and they're also not these far left groups. Like I don't want Antifa. But what I would like for you people to one day do, and I know you're never going to, and it would take a decade at least to ever goddamn get the kind of funding you need to even fucking do this in the first place, would be to have a kind of a Woodstock, a new Woodstock. And I mean, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe year one, or maybe you could call it we all won, or year one, or something like that. In a kind of an overshadowing of the current dark era, the darker era that we live in the past. I would like to say 100 years, 50 years, certainly 15 years or so, probably the past 1,000 years, maybe forever. We have lived in that very dark era, and I would like to just kind of call the era, call the event maybe year one or we are one. I think we are one would be a good name for that. And I would like to just invite various people from the left, and you could have anarchists there. Real anarchists. Some of them are not anarchists, I know. But anyway, anarchists, liberals, some libertarians, groups like that. Democratic socialists, and just get together and have an event, and LGBTQ people, have kind of a big pride parade during the event. Intactivists, and I don't want to talk about general mutilation because yes, I know that's one reason I'm making these videos, because I talk way too damn much about that, I admit. But regardless, anyways, we have intactivists there, and I know that they, in some cases, attend pride parades, and they have success with the pride parades, and a lot of gay people are sympathetic to the intactivist movement. They understand what it's about, and for because of that concept of accepting people for who they are, I think they think that that's part of it. But having all that, maybe inviting various speakers, people with new philosophy, different ideals. I'm not talking about me. Obviously, I'm antisocial anyways. I wouldn't show my face in the first place. But just different people with different philosophies, people that want to express themselves, tell you what they think. I would like to see comedians, any young comedian, any young, truly liberal, kind of dissident comedian, kind of a malcontent that does comedy. Obviously, I would, if you could get someone like a stand up with someone, like I wouldn't mind that. But I mean, like a young person who needs a break, because there isn't a lot of really smart comedy out there right now, or smart people in comedy. And the ones that are tend to be older people, and it's the same way with rock and roll music. I would like to have a music festival. I would like for it to do this like the original Woodstock, or a music festival. And I would really like to use this to restart, kind of like kick off the rock and roll genre, or re-kick off the rock and roll genre in America, because it really has fallen behind and fallen backwards, and there's not a lot going on with that. And I think that I love rap music too. I'm a big fan of Immortal Technique. I think Immortal Technique's very good, and they talk about a lot of shit that the government does, a lot of the wars, a lot of the shit that we're in. There's a lot of very good musicians. I like Tom McDonald. I think he's a good musician. There is even pop musicians I like Poppy. And of course, you could never afford, even if you had a decade to afford to fucking pay for all this shit, from now to 2029, we still cannot afford to pay all these fucking people, especially if it's going to be a non-profit event like the original Woodstock. And that is what I would like for that to be. And of course, all this is a pipe dream. I know this will never happen, but that would be cool. What I would really like to see the next decade be something like the 1960s, and really kind of restart the fucking 60s movement in the United States of America. But that's not going to happen. But the counterculture is on its last legs. Make no mistake about it. And I did say Poppy, right? I like Poppy. Yeah. Anyways, the counterculture in the United States of America is on its last legs. The LGBTQ movement is really the last. In some ways, it's the last trace of the 60s. And the LGBTQ movement is still going strong, but how long is that going to be before something comes along and fucks that up? And that's what I'm really worried about. And especially with a lot of these young kids, drag kids, like Tasia, and different drag queen children, transgender children, who are absolutely fabulous human beings and individuals. And you see these people attack them and assault them and call them faggot and call them names, and they're attacking them and threatening them. And I'm seeing this on these online forums, and they're not just talking about the parents, they're literally talking about the children. They're talking to children this way. They're talking to children that way, some of these right-wing assholes. And it's that kind of thing that really disgusts me, because whenever you bring children into something, especially, and in animals, I like children and animals, dog, cats, whenever you're fucking with that really pisses me off, and that gets me going. Not to say I don't think kids can be annoying, because I do, but I still do have a liking. I do like children anyways, regardless. I don't want any, but I do like them. So the point is, I would like to see like a Woodstock in America, and that's probably never going to happen. But I would like to say like a uniting of the tribes, a uniting of the left wing, in America, or rather the American left. I would like to see the shit unite. It's not going to happen. It's fucked. We're fucked. But that would be nice. That would be nice if it ever did happen. So But back onto the final point of this video, so I can get this shit over with. Tulsi Gabbard. If you've noticed, since that shooting happened, she's kind of taken a backseat. And I really like Tulsi Gabbard. I actually looked at some of her policy positions. I think she's a very smart person. And she has said some of what I have been saying for years, including parts of what I had been saying about Syria, rather. That I didn't think Assad initially probably committed chemical attacks. She more or less suggested that as well. And I think she's kind of backstepped a little bit from that, but she pretty much has that same thought. And she said a lot of the same shit I have been saying over the years. And she is also a supporter of LGBTQ rights. So I mean, I like her a lot, and she has really went after Kamala Harris, who I told you I think is a conservative. She's totally conservative. I mean, she's not liberal. And I think she's a totally a wolf in sheep's clothing, kind of to speak. I mean, she has put so many people in prison and so many things. But I am a big fan of Tulsi Gabbard, and I think I probably would vote for her. And I'm not going to say I will, or I would rather, because that really depends rather on what happens between now and then, and I'll have to watch the things what happens. But I like her so far. She seems like a smart human being. She's certainly better than Bush, Obama, the majority of other candidates. I like Yang. I like the damn it, I can't say his name, the gay guy. I like fucking Sanders, Yang. I even like Biden, believe it or not. So, I mean, I might vote for it, I might not. But, I mean, that's the video. 3666.